Hey DIY fam, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Today's video is a DIY for a farmhouse decorative finial. I made it using a Dollar Tree plunger and a few other budget-friendly items. And it's also what my husband Peter here believes is a DIY fail.
Correct.
Oh boy.
It just doesn't look nice. You have put out better quality work than what that finial looks like. Is it a great idea? I believe it is an awesome idea. It's not something that will turn heads or make people go, wow. I mean, people might like it because of the items you're using to give that. What word am I looking for?
I don't know what word you're looking for. Ugly?
No. It's not the word ugly. It's very creative and ingenious, the things that you're using to make it look like a finial. It's missing something. That's why I think it's a fail. Sorry.
Okay. That's enough. Let's get on with this video and see if Peter's right.
Why do you keep looking at me?
You're mean.
Honey, I know what you're capable of doing, and I just don't like the way that looks. It just looks like it's thrown together. I still love you.
For somebody that didn't want to talk, he's talking a whole lot.
Okay, Nancy, time for baseball. Let's go, Nancy.
So to start this off, I'm going to take this 6-inch plastic planter pot, that's a mouthful, from Walmart. I picked this up for 97 cents. I wanted to keep the cost of this DIY down since this was supposed to be my Look for Less challenge piece. It's not the perfect size. I do have to cut it down. Super easy with a pair of scissors. Now I had an old lamp that was laying around my house for a while. I knew that it would come apart, but there was a screw at the bottom. I had to enlist the help of my husband because, as you can see here, I tried and got nowhere. So after Peter Parker removed the screw, I call him Peter Parker when I'm upset with him. Anyway, I was able to pull the lamp apart, and now I can use it as my base. So now I have the bottom and the middle of my finial. I need a top. So I grab this Dollar Tree plunger and I'm going to use the rubber part for the top. Now this part of the plunger has like a lip and I wanted to remove it, so all I do is cut all the way around. Now I take some of my Waverly chalk paint in the color Mineral, and I give each one of these pieces 3 coats of paint each. Now looking at pictures of finials, they all seem to have like this egg-shaped thing up on the top. At least that's how my brain works. And I picked up 6 of these eggs around Easter at Dollar Tree, and I decided to use the white one on mine. To paint the egg and to make life easier, I just took a piece of Dollar Tree floral foam, a skewer that I also got from Dollar Tree, which I cut in half, and placed the egg on top. Now the egg conveniently has a little hole at the bottom and it made for easy painting. I gave it 3 coats. Now while everything is drying, I take some of my Dollar Tree nautical rope and I cut 2 pieces. One is going to be 17 inches and the other 7 inches. I decided to paint the rope before attaching it to anything. I wanted to give it some kind of like structure. I felt it was a little limp. I know, just bear with me. Now that everything is dry, it's time to put this together. And what I do is I take some E6000 and attach the planter pot to the base of the lamp. I also go in with some hot glue just to create an immediate bond while giving the E6000 time to dry. Now it's time to glue my egg to the top of the plunger, and to do that I only use hot glue. Now taking the smaller piece of rope, I'm going to go around where the egg and the plunger meet and hot glue this all the way around. I not only do this to hide the glue between the egg and the plunger, but also to give it some extra detail. Now once you get to the end, you just snip off the excess and glue the rest down. Now everything was going fine up until this point. But this, my friends, is the point where things get ugly. I mean, really ugly. Now my original plan was to glue the longest piece of rope to the bottom of the plunger, not to the side like you see here. But I had one of my famous AARP moments and I did the complete opposite. So at this point it doesn't look too bad, but it just wasn't the way it was supposed to go. So what did I do? I took it apart. Yes, I got a little frustrated and I pulled the rope off of the plunger and decided, oh, I have a bright idea. I'll just glue the plunger directly to the planter. Now once attached, I go ahead with some new rope and go all the way around where the plunger and the planter pot meet. Then I go ahead and paint my rope and move on to the next disaster. Now I'm such a brainiac, I wanted to take some spackle and give this a rustic look like old cement. You know what I mean, right? So I proceed to spackle the whole thing, including the rope. One bad idea after another. I can't stop laughing, I'm sorry. This thing falls apart on me while I'm doing this, so I glue it back together and give my Frankenstein finial one coat of Waverly Cashew chalk paint. It looked horrible and I didn't like it, so of course I had to take it apart yet once again and start over with a new plunger. Thank God I bought two. I'm no quitter, so I move forward. So this time around, I glued the rope underneath the plunger like I was supposed to originally, and then I had to give this all sorts of coats of paint, wait for it to dry, before I could glue it to my planter pot. Now I want to make my finial look like it's been around for ages, so I grab some sandpaper and chip off some of the paint. And for the finishing touch, I take apple barrel brown oxide, some black paint, and also the traditional burnt umber, and I want to distress this mess. That rhymes. Using all three colors, I go in and dry brush the entire finial. And then, after working on this project for what seemed like a year, Peter comes home and he bursts my bubble. He took one look at this and said, make something else for the Look for Less challenge. Talk about getting right to the point. Now, I don't think it's that bad. Geez. In theory, it was a good idea, but maybe my execution wasn't the best. This finial was my love child, and although it didn't come out the way I hoped, and I didn't end up using it for the Look for Less challenge, I still decided to upload the video so you could see it anyway. We're human, we make mistakes, and sometimes things don't come out as planned, and that's okay. You can start over or you can make something else. That's for you to decide. The key is not to be so hard on yourself and have fun with it, right? Keep driving even if you have to steer the wheel in another direction. So please let me know in the comments how you feel about my Frankie finial and if you agree with Peter Parker. I think it looks like a finial. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. As always, I thank you for watching. I appreciate you so very much and I will see you in the next one.